Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and this is the Smackdown review. Show is, alright. Not a terrible show. Bit better than the past Smackdowns we've been getting, but still not great. Still not the Smackdowns we were getting a couple of months ago. But I guess it was a fairly passable show. We start off with a debate between Zeb Coulter and Paul Heyman, and while I like the mic stylings of these two guys, this really fell flat, and it really didn't provide enough information. Coulter was right what he was saying. Heyman wasn't even answering anything. Heyman, I won't take anything away from him on the mic. The man could be a god at times. But recently, he's just been completely obnoxious. For now on, I would like to know if Heyman is going to keep on doing these things in these promos where he keeps repeating himself over and over. My client won the Battle Royal. My client conquered the streak. If he is going to do this, please let me know ahead of time, because I will fucking mute the goddamn TV. It is getting to be beyond annoying. The same fucking thing being repeated over and goddamn over again is very, very obnoxious. Why does the WWE think that we want to hear the man repeat himself over and over? It's fucking making my ears goddamn bleed, motherfuckers. It really is. The same thing being repeated. It's annoying. It's when somebody repeats themselves in real life to you over and over, asking the same question. Don't you get angry? Don't you get upset? Don't you snap at the person because it's just something in your mind, your brain? It's annoying, and that's exactly what this is. It's annoying. It's obnoxious. And I know that's what they're going for, but there are other ways to be obnoxious and be a heel without repeating themselves. This is not even trying to be creative or original. This is just lazy fucking bullshit, as per usual by the WWE when it comes to promos. Then we got Cesaro defeating Swagger, and what was a very good match, a very good back and forth match, very good wrestling. This is like the type of match that I always say we should be getting regularly on Raws and Smackdowns. Just a good, solid match here. But here's the thing. I wasn't expecting a clean finish here. It was a bit surprising. In fact, I thought they were going to save the finish for a pay-per-view, but, maybe they could do something at the pay-per-view to, up the ante. Maybe they could have an Extreme Rules match or some other type of match, but I don't think the feud is over. And I don't want the feud to be over, but I was a bit shocked. I thought there was going to be a DQ, but they finished it. I don't get it. I really don't. At least Cesaro won. The right guy won. Then you had Tamina defeating Natalya. This was an okay match. I liked the finish, how she kicked up, and she just got kicked in the fucking face. Pretty funny. Decent match. Better match that we've been getting. At least it's two divas that actually know how to wrestle for a change. At least it's not like Eva Marie versus whatever the fuck that bitch's name is from the other side of the world. Can't even think of her name. That fucking foreigner one. The one that they keep putting out there. Can't even think of her name. Oh, Oksana. There you go. At least it ain't like a match like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what we usually get. At least we got a decent divas match. And throughout the night, the Shield was attacking people. Let me explain. I didn't write them down, but first they attacked Swagger when he was left in the middle of the ring. Basic stuff, just, basic. They did their finisher on him. And then you had, Fandango getting powerbombed off the stage. The only thing about this is, with this powerbomb off the stage, he did go through the tables, so I guess you could say it was a bit hardcore, but only one problem with that. The stage is about as, the height of a kiddie pool, It's, not that big of a drop. Back in the day, it was, a 10-foot, 15-foot drop off the stage. So, like, when someone got tossed off the stage, it hurt. This was like, I don't know, like a vacation almost for Fandango being, you know, slammed through the table. Basically, this wasn't anything really that great. You know, in the PG era, they've made everything PG. Even the stage is motherfucking PG. It's like a not even 5 feet, like a 3-foot drop. You know, even the fucking baby could climb up on that stage, you know. It's kind of pathetic, you know. It didn't look that good. He went through a table, but it's like the same thing if he was like powerbombed through a table in the ring. Same fucking shit. Really no different at all. And then they attacked Brad Maddox in the back, which just looked goofy. You know, it was cool, I guess, when they threw him against the wall, but then Dean Ambrose makes everybody step aside like a badass, and you think he's going to do something cool. But then he starts, like, flailing his arms behind the couch. Like, who fights like that? You know, I know he's supposed to have, like, a psychotic gimmick, but who fights like this? You know, it's kind of like in the cartoons when someone, like, winds up for a pitch in baseball, or, like, winding up for a punch, you know, just this big wind-up shit he's doing. I thought he was going to, like, take off like a helicopter. The fucking way he was flailing his arms, and then he did, like, some wailing. He, like, dived backwards or something. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Is he okay? You know, I thought he was attacking Brad Maddox, but it looked like he was having a seizure. It looked like, you know, some type of ailment had befallen him or something. Something, you know, I don't know. It just didn't look right. I don't know what the fuck he was doing to him. You know, and I guess it was supposed to be like the attack was so brutal that it had to be behind the couch. But it's just punches. Or punches, you know, is that 2TB14? I mean, the way he was doing it was pretty Looney Tune-like. So I don't see why they had to censor that. Pretty pathetic. But anyway, these attacks went on throughout the night. Then it was Curtis Axel defeating Jey Uso. Very boring. Even the announcers seemed pretty bored during this match. Cole and then JBL didn't really have much to say during this one. I mean, there wasn't really a lot happening. It's pretty fucking boring. At this point in the game, I think it's pretty apparent that the Usos are a giant fail as tag champs. The only challengers that they could think to put them up against are Axel, and Curtis Axel has definitely shown that he is not even a quarter of the wrestler, not even 0.1% of the wrestler that his father was. Not even fucking close. This guy is like, you know, this is like Lisa Marie Presley when it came to Elvis. Only there because of the father's name. Other than that, they would have been a fucking bum on the street. That is it. You know, they wouldn't have had any fame, popularity, wouldn't be making a dime if it wasn't for their fathers. Then you had Bray Wyatt cutting a great promo inside the steel cage, and I liked the effect that they had here. Very good. You know, this was good. I know he sang the same song at the end, which again is bringing me back to what I said about Heyman repeating themselves over and over these past couple of months with the same promos. But then again, you know, this was great, and him being in the cage. The only thing that kind of irked me about this small complaint is when he did the upside down little spider thing. You know, the camera wasn't even centered on his face. They could have got a good image. I don't know if any of their cameras picked that up, but the main camera, the one that aired on TV, didn't even get a good shot. They were like all the way over here when they should have been here, dead center on his face and his body, but they missed out on a good shot. I almost felt like taking the camera away from them and showing them how to fucking do some real video photography there. Videography. Whatever. You know, it just I thought that they could have did a better job, and they didn't with that. But it was a great promo. Very, very well put together. Actually having some original things to say, but I can't help but just say this as well. I can't wait for this feud to be over. I hope the match is good as at Extreme Rules. I got a feeling it will be a little bit better than the WrestleMania match. It would be very, very hard for it to be worse than that. Being in a cage. Cena can't do any of his childish antics in a cage. But then again, I'm sure he will. He might, take a stick or something. Remember when you were a kid, you used to take a stick and rake it against a fence or a cage? You might do something like that. Might do something goofy. You never know. Maybe he'll take a pinwheel in there. He might blow on the pinwheel. The pinwheel might fly off the stick and hit Bray Wyatt in the eye. And Cena will get the 3. It will be named the Pinwheel of Death. It's going to be the greatest finish in history, folks. That's just what I'm predicting here. I don't know. That's what I think is going to happen. Then it was the Wyatts defeating the Rhodes brothers. I don't understand, the Rhodes brothers. They didn't really build on the dissension between them this week. But anyway, if they're going to break up, I guess if they have a match at Extreme Rules, it could be good. But, what are they going to have, like a week to work with this? I mean, the pay-per-view is in a fucking week. A week from tomorrow. And they're going to, start building that up. I don't even know. But that could be a good match. It's a match I've been wanting to see. And this match, the tag match that they had, it was decent. It was passable. It was okay. Nothing too terrible. But, they were tearing the house down a couple of months ago, these two guys as tag champs. And, what the fuck happened? They've been booking them to look like jobbers as of late. I guess that's the point. That's what's going to lead up to their eventual breakup. But still, I mean, can't they at least wrestle better matches? Give them more time. They were, they were contributing so much to the shows. I remember a couple of months ago, the shows would be shit. But, you would have Goldust and Cody Rhodes at least saving the show. It would be Daniel Bryan, Goldust, and Cody Rhodes, making the show at least watchable, if not for their matches. But now they're not even allowed to do that. And then in the main event, it was the Shield defeating Bad News Barrett, Del Rio, Titus O'Neil, Sandow, and Ryback. And this is like a joke. It takes all these guys to beat the Shield. Or try to beat the Shield. I mean, it's just a little bit fucking silly. And they actually end up winning. They actually end up dominating this match. This is just, it's unbelievable. This type of match it's fucking retarded, is what it is. There's no way you could have guys like that, like O'Neil and Ryback, who are just them alone are like twice the size of even Roman Reigns, and they're still like getting beat up like they're nothing. And I don't like how they're just like throwing these guys randomly together. It makes them look like jobbers. Talented guys like Bad News Barrett shouldn't be anywhere near this jobber fest. Shouldn't be anywhere near it. Sandow, Titus O'Neil, some of these names in here that they're just like, it's just a throwaway fucking match for the Shield to beat up on them. And this match was like 20 fucking minutes, motherfuckers. I didn't mind it back in 2013. God, I don't even want to talk about that year anymore. But, remember when the Shield used to have 20-minute matches with Daniel Bryan and other wrestlers? And they used to tear the house down. And I used to even admit in my shows, the show would be total shit, but at least we'd have a good Shield match. This is not the same thing. This was 20 minutes of nothing, just the Shield hitting some signature spots. And really, you look at the heel team, they weren't even allowed to do anything. Nothing. They were just getting their asses fucking beat. That was it. Bad News Barrett just walks out, which was probably the best idea, for him to do that. At least he didn't have to look like a fucking idiot. At least they let him keep some of his integrity by walking out. I guess that shows they're trying to protect him a little bit from looking like a total goof. But still, way too long, and and it was boring because it was too long. Overall, I mean, you had some decent stuff. Good promo from Bray Wyatt. Great match with Cesaro and Swagger. You know, I guess you could say that the show was okay. If this was a Raw and it was 3 hours, I'd probably fucking say it sucked. But since it was 2 hours and I watched it online, I guess you could say it wasn't a total fucking waste. The Cesaro Swagger match was worth taking a look at. So I guess you could say this was an okay show at best. All right, there you go, motherfuckers.